Hi, my name is I SNIVELY, and welcome to my global cinema video. In this video, I will go over a brief overview of the film, its historical and global significance, and its artistic merits. For my film, we will be heading over to Mexico City in South America as I cover the 2018 film, Roma. Roma came out in 2018 and was directed by Alfonso Cuarón. Cuarón is also known for directing the 2013 film Gravity, starring actress Sandra Bullock. Cuarón made Roma based off his memories as a child growing up in Mexico City and also around Libo, the woman who raised him. One fun fact about Roma is that it's actually the name of a district in Mexico City. If you look at a map, you can find it right there. Film overview. Roma is set in the 1970s and is about an indigenous woman from Mexico named Cleo, who is a nanny to a white Mexican middle-class family. The film starts off with Cleo fulfilling her duties as a nanny, taking care of the children, cleaning the house, and serving the meals. As the film goes on, Cleo becomes pregnant by a young man who has no intention of caring for their baby. Cleo, along with her duties as nanny, carried the baby until birth, only to result in her baby being born dead. The film also depicts the obstacles of the middle-class family, as the unfaithful father leaves the mother and the nannies to care for their 4 kids. Meanwhile, Mexico seems to be on edge, displaying protests and violence amongst the government and its people. Cleo's life is surrounded not only by her personal affairs, but also the affairs of the family and the affairs of the community in Mexico. According to the Times, Mexico struggled between authoritarianism and democracy in the 20th century. It was the political party known as the Institutional Revolutionary Party, founded in 1929, that caused tensions with the people of Mexico. That political party committed election fraud, destroyed villages, and perpetrated massacres in order to stay in power and eliminate the opposition. We see in Roma that on June 10, 1971, a group of young government-trained paramilitaries attacked students who were protesting in the city against the government's oppression, killing dozens of people. This massacre is known as the Corpus Christi Massacre. It was actually a surprise to many that a massacre would happen in the city, because there was a deal with the Mexican state and the people that violence would not happen in cities. This would provide more proof that promises of democratic notions was just a cover to advance authoritarianism. In the film, Fermin, the guy who got Cleo pregnant, shared with Cleo that when he was little, his mother died, and he had to go live with his aunt in the slums. For Fermin to be from the slums, I would assume the education he would have had would have been minimal, and I believe the government in Mexico at the time preyed on young uneducated men to do their dirty work and fight their dirty war. Governments to this day are still practicing that kind of craftiness in order for personal gain, such as being re-elected. The film shows fathers leaving their children, which in Fermin's case, again did not turn out so well. Fermin was not raised by his father, and he ended up with a group of people that kills others for having different opinions. The US Department of Justice states that children from fatherless homes account for 85% of behavioral disorders, 70% of juvenile detention rates, and 63% of youth suicides. I can imagine fatherless homes globally is not a good thing. Another thing that film depicts is government oppression. There was a scene where one of the maids tells Cleo news about land in her village being seized by the government, and Cleo not being able to do anything about it. On a global scale, I think this portrays what non-democratic governments are like around the world. The government would hold too much power. Lastly, the artistry in the making of this film. Usually when we watch movies from Hollywood, We want to be entertained in every minute of it. Roma, however, is not that kind of movie. As a first-time viewer, I found myself having to be patient, waiting for scenes and storylines to unfold. It was like I was receiving information the same time Cleo received information. While trying to be patient for storylines, my attention shifted more to the details of the movie. The birds in cages, the airplane noises, the silence that carries meaning. When I wasn't being constantly entertained by comedic reliefs and action scenes, I started to see the micro things that are in the macro settings. And that's what life is, isn't it? Our individual lives amongst a loud, dramatic, chaotic world that, if silenced, our attention will shift to the details. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you for your time.